I'm Claire from Creative the Ottaway. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. It's really kind of you to spend some of your hard-earned craft time with me. I've got a really lovely make for you today. It's an Easter card. I've been asked to make some Easter cards and I was like, oh, I don't know, what shall I do? Should I do a fun fold or wow on the inside? This is, well, it's called lots of things. There's quite a lot of different versions and sizes out there. This is sized for the UK. I think I'm going to go with triple panel card because that's what most of them seem to be called. It does fold flat, so it sort of overlaps and then it will fit into a standard UK envelope. I have decorated the back as well just because. It felt a bit bare if I didn't decorate the back. So the back side, I've just done these two panels and I've done the area that I would put my personal message in. But it's rather lovely, isn't it? It's got the Easter Bunny stamp set on it and some of the embellishments from the set. So the set is like this. You get 3 different Easter bunnies and some Easter eggs, a few different bits and pieces. It's actually been around a while, but if you've spent hard-earned cash on something that you really loved, don't let it gather dust in the cupboard. Get it out and use it again. I have used this bunny for baby cards as well, and some children's cards, so it's really cute. The paper that I've used is from the new mini, well, I say new, it's not really new now, is it? It's January and we're already in March. It's nearly over. Oh, scary. It's from the Lighter Than Air collection. So on page 33, if you've got one of these lovely ideas and inspirations books, there's the most gorgeous paper there. It's 6 by 6. Double-sided. Most of, I think all of Stampin' Up paper at the moment is double-sided. It's either 12 by 12 or 6 by 6. This one is 6 by 6, which means you get 48 sheets, and it's really lovely pastel-y colours. So I've gone with that with the Easter card. The Easter Bunny is in the main catalogue, so go back and find that. Easter Bunny set looks like that, and there's a coordinating punch. Obviously it will only cut out that shape bunny, which is that one, but you can do loads with this set. So even though it's called Easter Bunny, you need it in your stash. Yeah, what else do I need to tell you? I don't know, I think that's it. I've done lots of colouring beforehand, so you're not going to get bored watching me doing colouring. There's other videos for that. Today I'm going to show you how to make this card. You could send it in the post flat like that, but it also equally will fold up into a normal sized envelope, just like that. I did dabble with maybe making a different card, so it wasn't just about Easter, but I think I'll do that another time because I think this would be really good for any occasion. But as it's Easter and I need to make some Easter cards, this is the Easter card. It stands up like that, looks like that when it's laying down. That's about it. Shall I stop waffling? Hopefully I'll give you some tips and tricks along the way and help you get the best value out of what you've purchased from Stampin' Up. If you're in the UK, you can shop with me at creativetheottaway.co.uk. I will put a link in the description of the products that I've used today, so just follow that if you would like to purchase any of those things. So what do we need? Okay, let's get the sizes for you. The sizes, I'm probably going to speak out loud in inches just because it's easier for me, but I have done the centimetre sizes as well. The card base is very basic and it's all to do with the scoring and then the layers of the designer paper. So where it says 2 at, that just means 2 pieces the same, 4 pieces the same, 2. I haven't included the stuff that I've used on the back, so you would need an extra 2 of that bit and something for the personal message. It doesn't really use that much card. You could make quite a few of these in one go. It's not too taxing. Just have fun with it, okay? Shall we craft? Okay. So, oh, quick, take a screenshot. Done. Okay, so bring that back in. So we're going to concentrate on the base card. Now I've used thick basic white card just because I like to have a card that's not going to be wobbly and fall over. The layers of card and DSP on the top help give it added strength as well, but I do like a nice strong card base. This bit looks like it's separate, but we're actually going to cut that out so that it's floating. So I'll explain that as we go along. You might want to have a watch of this first, just so you can see it's really not too difficult. Grab yourself a cup of tea and a biscuit and we shall craft together. Okay, so I'm going to start with my base card and I'm going to use white again just because it's easier for you to see it on camera. I've already cut mine to size, but I'm just going to check that it is the right size. So the card base needs to be 8 inches by 5 7/8. So I'm going by UK sizes, so you might need to tweak yours a little bit. So it's definitely 8 inches and it's definitely 5 by 7/8. So not a lot of card at all, is it? It's quite an economical make in these days of being thrifty. So we're going to do some score lines on the longer side, okay? So there's a few different score lines that we need to do. I think there's 4 in total. So the first one is at 2 inches. Now if you've got a Stampin' Up trimmer, it has a cutting blade and a scoring blade. I've made this card a few times and cut when I should have scored. So either slide that cutting blade out the way or remove it altogether. So 2 inches, and we're just going to score down the length of the card. And then the next one is 3 1/4. So 3 1/4. The next one is 4 3/4. And then the last one is 6. So really not too difficult at all. So you should have, don't know if you can see that, 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. 4 score lines, which gives you actually 5 panels, doesn't it? Okay, so you're going to turn that round so the shorter end is at the top, and we're going to do 2 score lines, one at either end, and they're exactly the same. So if you find 1 3/4, okay, now what we're going to do is cut on that first pair of score lines there. So if you run your thumb down, you can see there's 1 score line and then there's a second. So at 1 3/4, you're going to go from that line to that. Now on the trimmer, there is very handy a line on the side of the cutting blade, and that shows you where the sharp bit is going into your paper, so where it's cutting. So you can line that up with your score line. So line it up first, and then when you're happy, press it down and you will feel it cut into your paper, and then bring it towards you to the first score line, okay? Then lift it up and you should be able to see that it's cut there. So you're going to do the same again on this one, so not in the middle panel but on the next one. So it's 1 1/4 the same, so you shouldn't have to move it at all. Find where you need to cut, press down and bring it towards you. Okay, and you should have a cut line there and a cut line there. Okay, if I lift that up and show you, can you see it there and there? Okay, nothing is cut in the middle. So you're going to spin it round and you're going to do it the same. 1 3/4, and you're going to do exactly the same place. So you're going to find the score line and where to cut, and then you're going to lift it up so you don't cut right across, and then do it on the second bit. Okay, and you can lift it up and you can see now that you've got 2 cut lines there and 2 cut lines there. Okay, so you're going to turn it sideways, and what you're going to do is join this line to this line. Now luckily you've already got a score line there, so you can absolutely see where you need to cut, and there's already a school line here as well. But just in case you've forgotten, that was 2 inches. So if you put your card back at the 2 inches mark and line up there to there, and then what happens is it very kindly cuts it for you. I feel like that's a ta-da moment, okay? So that bit's still in place, but this bit is a bit like a door, okay? So you're going to spin it round and you're going to do that exactly the same on the other side. Honestly, and you'll feel so clever that you did it. And if you didn't, you mucked up. It's just card. Just go and get another piece and try again. Crafting should be stress-free. If it's not stress-free, you're not doing it right. Okay. So I just adjusted that because I could see that it wasn't cut. Let's have a look now. So there is my 2 doorways. Ta-da! Okay, let's move this out the way now. That really is our card cut. So you've got it all nice and cut, ready to go. You've got your little doorway thing going on. Now if you fold it over, or just lay it over, and then fold back that fold and come back that one, okay? So you can see you've got the shape. So I'll do that again. It's flat, I fold it over, I fold that way with the first fold and that way with the second fold, okay? I'm going to do that again this way. So I'm going to fold it that way and then fold it that way, and then I have that action. It's almost like one of those panels that you get dressed behind, isn't it? But not quite. So there's your card. So now it's just down to you to decorate. I'll show you how I decorate mine, but I would love to see how you decorate yours. Just let your imagination go and decorate it any way you like. So I have taken my hint from the paper that I'm using. So it was the Up in the Air paper, lighter than air paper. So I have chosen to use one of these colours along here. Stampin' Up catalogue is amazing for coordination. So it's telling me that these are the colours that are in that paper. Okay, so I've picked one. On this one I did the pool party. Can you see there's pool party colour that's framing all the beautiful patterned paper? Well, for this one that I'm doing now, I'm going to use Fresh Freesia, okay? And I'm going to give you the sizes as we go. So it's up to you which way round you do it. Did I bring my glue through? I think I'm going to do the 2 side panels first. So these 2 panels are going to go there and there. Okay, and I have done them 1 7/8 by 5 3/4. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick them on. So I haven't really used this Fresh Freesia too much. I'm not really a girly girl. You allowed to say that now? I'm not really into sort of, I like nice things, but I'm not, I'd rather spend money on craft than clothes or makeup or food. I'd rather spend it on craft. How about you? And I tend to do lots of blues and greens in my make. So I think because I like to make things for my house, and I love blue and green. So they're the colours that I steer towards quite often. So this is quite a change for me. Although I have mellowed a bit now that I've got a granddaughter who's very girly. Okay, which one should we do next? Should we do the middle one? Shall we? So you need 1 piece there and 1 piece there. And they need to be 1 3/8 by 1 5/8. Okay, so they are just going to go there. That actually looks a bit big, so I'm just going to check that. So 1 3/8 definitely is. By 1 5/8 definitely is. How deceiving. Okay, I'm going to trust myself. If you put your card down and add glue to it, you add less glue. Honestly, it's a bit weird, but that is what happens. That definitely looks a bit big. Okay, we're going to go with it. And this one, it's going to go the other end. That's going to go there. Okay, yeah, see, look, that's really different. Okay, we're gonna do it. And then you need 4 pieces that are 1 1/8 by 1 5/8, and they're going to go there and there, there and there. And it doesn't look much at all, this now, does it? We've covered up the white. We've put this fresh freesia on, and it's not looking that stunning, but it will. They're definitely the wrong size. Look at that. Don't worry, I will trim that afterwards. Maybe my card base is the wrong size. I can fix that. Pretend you didn't notice. The sizing is right. 1 1/8 by 1 5/8 is that one. And this one is 1 3/8 by 1 5/8. So that's definitely right. Okay, so that's that one. There and there. And then the middle piece here is 2 1/4 by 3 7/8. Okay, so that is what I've done wrong. I've done that not at 1 3/4, but that's okay. Yours will be fine. So when I cut my side bit, I didn't do it at 1 3/4. I must have done it slightly more than 1 3/4, but we will make this work. Okay, so that's going to go on there, like so. Okay, so now you just need to add your layers of designer series paper. So I've already cut mine, so I'm going to lay it on there so that you can see. So you want 2 pieces that are 1/8 of an inch smaller than what you've already got. So it was 1 7/8 by 5 3/4. So now it will be 1 3/4 by 5 5/8. Okay, and that just gets stuck onto there. It's quite quick to put together if you're prepared. Like anything, it's all in the preparation, isn't it? That is what takes all of the time. It's not the actual putting things together, it's the preparation of it. And this, on the other side of this paper, are some lovely clouds. But that's okay, I'm not in love with the clouds, I like the dots better. So that's going on there. Now the white bit in the middle we'll do in a moment. These bits are going to go on here. Let's do these bits next. So these were 1 3/8 by 1 5/8. So they need to be 1 2/8 by 1 4/8. Because remember, we've done a layer of card and now we're doing a layer of designer series paper. There. And there, the rainbow is really pretty, isn't it? Really does coordinate well with this fresh freesia. These ones are 1 1/8 by 1 5/8 on the card, so they will be 1 inch by 1 1/2. 1 inch by 1 1/2. Okay, so that one. 2. So you really wouldn't use too much paper on this because they're such diddy bits. Oh, sorry about that. And this one is here, and this one is here, and then more or less the card is done, apart from however you want to decorate it. So I just let them sit for a minute. So that's how it's going to look when it's closed, and that's how it's going to look when it's open. So the panel that's in the middle, what did I do to make it so Eastery? Okay, so let me get the piece of card. I've got a plain white piece of card. I used a few different techniques on this, so I try and whiz through them so you're not hanging around forever, and you can go off and make your card. I chose Granny Apple Green and Balmy Blue, and what I do is, using my blending brushes, okay, I've got some Stampin' Up blending brushes, I'm going to just do the background so it's sort of like the grass and the sky. So I take a block, this is how I do my blending brushes, everybody does them different, so just find a way that suits you. Is there any ink on there? So I press it into the ink and then I pick it up with my brush. Because it's Balmy Blue you can barely see it, but there's plenty of ink on there. And then I just come in, can you see already it's there? Come in from the outside in a circular movement. You could pick ink up directly from the pad, but I found that it dries my pads out really quite quickly and I have to re-ink them. So I prefer to do it on the block, and then I've got more control over what ink I've got. So that's the blue, that way. So now I'm going to do the green. Exactly the same technique. You'll be able to see the green more just because you can see it. And I'm going to turn that round and come in from that side, and just to meet the sky. Okay, just like that. And it's as simple as that. It gives you quite a nice fade into each other. I need that green. And now I'm going to do the grass. So in the stamp set, there is a tiny little detail of grass just there. Okay, so we're going to use, I'll talk to you about those in a minute. So we're going to use that grass. There it is. Okay, usually I'd use a smaller block, but I don't want to leave you and go and run and find it. So I'm just going to use it on there. I pick it up, oh, and using the edge of the grass as my guide, I'm just going to go along, and I'm going to do it in the first green that I pick up. I'm not stamping off or anything, I'm just doing it along. Okay, it doesn't matter if it's not all there, because you can just add grass in like that. Okay, it's actually going to be hidden, so it doesn't matter. Now for the second layer of grass, I don't want it so sharp in colour, so I stamp it off and then I put it on, and it looks overlapped straight away because it's lighter. Okay, so just remember to stamp off as you go along, like so, and I'm going to leave it at that. So that's my grass detail. Now my Happy Easter sentiment, okay, there, I've put that on a separate die cut. Now when I'm playing and I'm creating and figuring out what to do, I stamp loads of things from the set. So in this case I've done loads of rabbits, and then I've coloured them with my alcohol inks, alcohol blends, just all the different. So in the set is these 3 bunnies. There's that bunny, and that bunny. Okay, so I've got spares of those. I've got one of those because I know that fits the Happy Easter. I've stamped some butterflies, not coloured them but stamped them. I've stamped and coloured some Easter eggs previously, so they will come in handy. I've stamped one of the floral bits because I actually use that as a nest, and then I put my eggs in it. What else is there? It's one of those eggs, a carrot, and a carrot. So the carrot, I did something a little bit different with the carrot. I'll show you that. Shall we stamp the Happy Easter first? Because I feel like I'll get distracted and then you'll be gone. Okay, let's do it with the grass bit off. So I've got Happy Easter. I'm doing it in Lost Lagoon because it's a darker colour and I want it to really show up that it is definitely Lost Lagoon, isn't it? Let me just check. No, that's Balmy Blue. Good thing I checked. Just because I want it to stand out strong. Okay, and luckily I can see through. So that's my Happy Easter, that's going to go on there. That's my nest, my rabbit. Which rabbit? Last time I used this one and I put the carrot through his hand. So I'll do that now so you can see. And then the Easter eggs I just layered in there, just like that. But put them on with dimensionals and that's it. But let me show you how I did the rabbit. Now you could do a neat stamping trick where it looks like he's holding the rabbit and you just the carrot and you stamp it on top. I wanted it to look a bit more 3D, so using my craft knife, what I'm going to do is cut a V there and there. So I go down one side of his hands and up the other side so you can see his hands. So now if I show you on the back, can I get my knife in there? So can you see I've actually cut a V like that, so I can push the carrot through that, but in order for it to come back through this side I need to cut a V underneath the hands. So one there, one there, and just make sure that that is pushed through as well. Okay, let's see if it works. So I push it through the top bit. Okay, like so. Can you see the carrot bit is poking through? So I can pull it, and then I need to thread it back through the other way. So it's a little bit fiddly, but it's worth it. So can you see the carrots there? So I just need to make sure the hole is big enough that he can get through. That's it. And just keep pulling it until you're happy with where it is. And that's your rabbit ready with his carrot that's 3D. So we use a couple of dimensionals on the back of him just to put him in place. Before I do that, I'm just going to stick down that Happy Easter because that needs to be behind where the rabbit is, but only just. Okay, like that. Now he goes on the top, like so. And then these, so I've got this one is just going to go straight on with some glue, just like that. This one is going to have a dimensional on the back, like so, to overlap. And then this could be a rabbit's crown, but I'm going to use it as the rabbit's nest or the Easter egg nest. So I'm just going to put some dimensionals along there. Let me cut a bit off. So I'm using the bit round the edge. I'm just going to put that along because that will keep it in place. Like so. Okay, let's bring our card back in. Put some glue on the back of there. Okay, and then that goes on there. Like so. Ta-da! So there we have our second Happy Easter card. So which one do you prefer? Is it the one with the pool party or the one with the fresh freezer? I hope you've enjoyed this craft along and that you give this free panel pop-up card a go. Triple panel pop-up card. If you like what you've seen and you'd like to see some more of my videos, just click on the subscribe and the notification bell and you will be notified every time I'm crafty. Thanks for watching. Bye.